Hello, this is Savasha, and I present to you Riven. We left here, and we are going to see now what this place was. Can we look up from here by any chance? No, we can't. This is what we saw from above, where I said that this is a place down there, where we were walking above it and saw this shape thing. Almost. Anyway, there is a level here, and yes, that, anyway. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, because I really, yeah, the thing is, here comes a TARDIS. No, of course that's not a TARDIS. It's not blue. Not that every TARDIS is supposed to be blue. No, stop it, Savasha. Tell yourself together. Yes, that is a lift. For a moment there, if it will work. Yes, anyway, this place... I love this. This is so... well... how they made this place airtight is something that I don't really know, but, well, here it is. It is apparently airtight. Oh, I think so. Doesn't look airtight, but it must be, because this isn't flooded. Never mind, they have the bacteria, perhaps that's helping. Yes, here we are in a place, a corridor. There is someone with a book running away to the left. We are not going after her, because we can't catch her anyway. Or we're going after her, perhaps I'll show you. Apparently, she doesn't want to talk to us. The point is, we are going to have to go with this contraption. I don't know what the word for these things is even in my native tongue. Hello? Hello? I am going to press space now. Oh, okay, yes. Because, well, I was confused why this didn't do anything. Okay, anyway, I wanted to call it in order to save time later, but apparently that's not how this works. How did this work? Button? Anyway, this is a thing. Here we can see a lamp that is out, and on the left we have a lever that gets us this. Which is a little thing that shows us a place. Can this show us more than one place? No. This shows us apparently some, I don't know, room. I know what it is, I believe, but, well, it doesn't help us much. I would want to get... Can I even... No, I can't. Come, really, now. Yes, thanks. We need the other elevator. This is a blue light. Oh, isn't a light at all. This is a blue light, which is which means to us that this sign is the blue sign. So if we found a dome with this sign on it, we would associate the color blue with it, and that, my friends, is important. I just want to check what red is, because I don't want to show you red. This, not yet, at least that's the last I will show you. This is green. This is orange. Was that red in any case? Well, it doesn't matter. What? Oh, it does that the other way. Never mind. That is yellow. Okay, that is red. I wanted to keep that for last. Have we heard that sound? Yes, indeed we have. And we have seen this thing too in the shape of statues. Various statues all over Riven. We have had golden statues and wooden statues of this creature. Apparently they revere it in some fashion, which I can to a point understand. Why am I so dumb? I'm again not setting up my timer. I don't think there was very much more than 5 minutes there. Come on. I want the mouse, please. Yes, thanks. Oh no, that didn't want. Didn't want that. Put it down again. Which color have we not seen yet? That, I think. Oh, that is broken. That means we don't know what that is. But, about the red light, we've now seen all colors. We've seen green, we've seen blue, we've seen red, we've seen orange, and there is 1/5 color that's missing. Hello? I have a feeling this game has frozen. I don't hear any sounds either. Okay, I'll reload and continue then. Let's try that again. Only sound this time. Oh no, not even. I should save more frequently just in case. And I think we can call it once more. It does something specific. You call it often enough. I think it'll do it now. Apparently it didn't like that. Ah, yes. Hello! Give me a cursor. Can I call it once more? No. Yes, that does it pretty much. We've got all the colors, we've got everything we can here, we've got everything we can here, so we can just as well go back. Yes. And now we go to the right and to this thingy. And go wherever she went. I'm not entirely certain what this wicket does. In other words, I haven't the faintest idea. Might get us back to the main island. It'll be about time. We've got everything else covered. I mean, except for one place we haven't visited yet. I don't know. And there we are. Right. Well, no, there's nothing here. Ah, that thing. We've got to go up twice, I believe. Do you have any idea where we might be? Is that an indication to you as to where we are? Well, if not, You'll soon know. We are, as you will probably know now, okay, I can't go further up, above the forest with the bulls. No, that's not where I wanna go. Here we can see the sign, but we get a view or two, and it's even functional, so we... Hey, what's the matter? Thanks. So our sign for this stone would be that. The eye with the slit through it. So, let's hold the dome. I don't think that's really any point in doing that, but I'll do it anyway because I always do it. I don't know if we've got to every one. I don't think so, really. I know we can't enter them yet, or it's no use entering them yet. But there again is such a thing. I don't know what that is, these things. Is that an alarm? Of some description? It might as well be. Let's go. I'm not really sure what I am. What? Ah, no. Okay. What the hell did that thing do? I don't remember. Oh, yes. We are here above the thing. Aha! That closes that trap thing. I got it now. Okay. Yes, that was that. Okay. Oh, if I had not gone there, I would have probably been at a loss as to how I do that. Good. That settles that. And now I should find my underground underwater craft thing. Pod. I called them pods. I don't know why I call them pods. Down once, which leaves us... here. And now we are in this place where we've been before, where I said there's no point going there. Hi. Oh kid, I'm not gonna eat you. Why did we leave the underground vessel? Not here, no, that's the pathway. Somewhere there is this little thing, the place where this roundish thing where I think I left it, like here. I think I left it here, didn't I? Yes. Okay. Now, if my map is correct, then I should turn it round. Idiot. Don't turn it round, the waste of Asia. Should know by now. Yeah, don't turn it around like that either. What's the matter with me? Well, turn it round, go down straight ahead, and then to the right, I think. Not that I can go anywhere else from here. Not so fast. Right. I hope this is correct. Yes, sir, it is. Now we are here. There is a little thing. And that gives us a bigger thing. Now this is something I would not recommend doing in real life. What? Yes. I didn't even click again. That thing. Like I said, don't do that in real life. We go in there, we see someone sitting in this cell. Hello? Hello? Are you the person who shot the... You know? Anyway, here to the right is a thing that we can turn. That opens the cell. Since things are not ideal here, we assume that the prisoner is rightfully imprisoned, but now he's gone. Or she. They're gone. Here's a thing. And that too, don't ever do that. Don't put your hand into an unknown liquid in a cell with no facilities. I know I'm disgusting, sorry, I couldn't help it. And in this place there is a path that is completely dark, and somewhere in this path that is completely dark there is a door. Now we see we have to find a way to light this path. We've seen this little bulb here, and there are more of them about. And if we light the entire path, we will have an easier time I don't think there's another light, no. But anyway, here is a door that leads us to this thing. And now here we have finally got the meaning of the entire ball thing. And we have to press, I think, these buttons in the correct order, and the correct buttons too. This apparently is not number one. Number one was the water creature that did not have a sound associated with it because it was lying on Gain's desk, and of course removed from its place doesn't make a sound, and it was swimming in the water, so we will just assume it was a fish. Then we have these little bugs, and I wonder if that was that bug or another one. That was that though. Where are you? There. I assume this is it. That was associated with number 2. Number 3 was the frog thing. But not this one. That was another frog. That frog. Then we have these dinosaur things on the little island thing. And at the very last we have that whale thing. And I hope that is correct, because if it isn't, I'm a little... Yes, sir, thank you. Whew. I just love this game. get. Is that a linking book, apparently, to a place. Can I, or do I have to click this, or does it do that itself? I don't know. I gotta click it. Let me save. Because this game seems to like crashing on me. Alright. We are standing on an island. There is a huge tree thing. And now we were hit with whatever the post thought was hit that met us in the beginning and that I assumed to be dead then, and that was when I thought, okay, you screwed up big time, you shouldn't have used that book. But I didn't regret it too long. Alright, we are being brought to the tree thing. We are being told something and have no idea what. Sorry. So, there we are. There's a window here. We can only assume that this is the way we were being brought. Here is a place, city, hive, a bowl. Not very much. Apparently we are in a kind of prison, but how should we know for sure?
Katarina e nao da saya yapalo. Yapa ay manay yalepo. Yotisay. Bekaretere wira pe yelo kene falapo.
Yeah.
Why te fulupe?
She's probably telling me to leave. I only had Katerina, which must be Catherine. We grab these things. The one being the not really linking book to Dani, which is what Atrus gave us. And this, which we are not going to read right now because we are still here in a cell and we do not have the time to read books. Or rather, I'll probably do that at the end of this episode because then you can skip it if you want to.
Ibuko mo buko wisipo.
Yeah.
Na vene, tapo mo revene beno.
Hey.
Now, Katerina ne. Wisifa polo ya sepe yai.
Whatever you're saying. I like your clothing. Looks a little like our traditional garb. Our being Ukrainian. I am not a Ukrainian native speaker apparently, but I have Ukrainian ancestors and feel a connection to them. So, don't get me into the political stuff. Right, we're back where we started, and now that we are no longer in prison, I'm going to read that out and then I'm going to end the episode, I guess. I linked to Riven a week ago. The smell of the place overwhelmed me moments before I could see anything. with my sight only partially oh god, her handwriting. Only partially cleared, probably. I stood motionless, peering ahead through a dim veil which was slowly lifting. There was a violent clang and oh my god, clang and something appeared and I can't read that. What sort of font is that anyway? I mean, it's beautiful but horrible. Never mind. I remember breathing slowly and very deeply, tasting the familiar Riven air, but not recognizing a thing. I must have been hit with a dart right away. I thought it was an insect bite at first. I'm trying to remember it all. Oh, that was too fast. I'm trying to remember it all, but it's difficult. Maybe because of the drug. There was a voice. A man I did not recognize stood before me. Rivenese, though he was wearing Donny dress. He seemed to be talking to me, but the poison was already taking effect. A shadow crept in and I fell asleep. Then there were... she's not... Is that even a font or is it really a handwriting? It's not a handwriting, that's a font. Then there were the many voices, but I understood none of them. Like hundreds of people whispering. I couldn't wake up. I mean, the thing why this font is so brilliant is because the letter E doesn't always look the same. No matter, the dream did end, and now to be here with Etty. And now to be here with Etty. Okay. It's been so many years I didn't realize how much I missed her. Like a piece of me that I had forgotten I'd lost. She's beautiful and so full of warmth, but the years have also left her with a wound which was not there when we were children. I do wish she were more interested. It seems like I'm asking all the questions. It's awkward. No. She asks me where. Probably she. No one asks me where I've been or what I've been doing. Okay, let me read this sheet of paper first. Come on. I write quickly from my prison. Nelak with... what? Nelak will return you a book which the moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atrus for a very specific purpose. Ken will desire to use it, although he may have suspicions. If you can find my prison, you will still need the combination to release me. Ken keeps it in his office. Then I assume where to signal Atrus. I think I know how it might be done, but don't signal him before I am released, Catherine. No, that wouldn't occur to me. I've been doing. This hurts, but I understand it. The beliefs are born out of ignorance and oppression. They are oh my god. They are gentle people, but they've had their nest destroyed, and now they frantically cling to anything that might save them. But why have they chosen to cling to me? I'm confused. As a child, I always felt out of place here. I never belonged. They misunderstood me, and I couldn't relate to them. But now I'm overwhelmed by an intense feeling that I owe everything to them and this place. I thought I would never see them again, and yet I'm here. I've been given this second chance, but a second chance at what? Saving them? Fulfilling their prophecies? Being their savior? The moiety, Atrus would want me to chronicle all that I've learned. I can at least record some of it. It seems that when Atrus and I trapped Gen on Riven many years ago, our efforts were witnessed by most of the inhabitants here. 2 of the Rivenese even witnessed the confrontation with Gen at the fissure where I linked back to Myst, and where Atrus threw himself into the abyss. Of course, they understood little of what they were seeing, but they somehow were able to guess that we had won. that Gen was no god at all, but only a feeble impostor, a false god, and that we had trapped him here on Riven. I always hoped they would deduce this simple truth, but their further conclusions have astonished me. Atrus had stripped Gen of his power, therefore Atrus must be a true god. As a god, he was choosing me, the spiritual misfit from Rivenese womb, to be his wife. I was transcending into deity and would lord over Riven forever. Thus the Moiety, as they call themselves, were born, a dissident society, sworn enemies of Gen. I did not know of their beliefs regarding Atrus and myself until 2 days ago. Etty was for some reason hesitant to tell me. I can't figure out why. I know she doesn't believe these things. Of course everyone else assumed that I would be aware of my own god status, so they made no effort to inform me. I only realized it at a recent gathering to which I was invited. I sat at the front of a dimly lit and crowded cave as they told a mythical story of my own life, acting out a battle between Atrus, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated into grandiose proportions. It was offensive, but I was unable to stop it. I was unable to break the illusion which is the very foundation of their hope and purpose, and which has given them courage to band together and rebel against Gen. Since then I've learned of other doctrines and beliefs that have evolved, the most disturbing of which is the conviction that one day I would return to Riven to freedom. Some believe that I will overthrow Gen, others believe that I will bring them to paradise. I don't know how to deal with this. I fight it myself. I love these people, my only real kindred, but they will not love me as an equal, which hurts me. I would rather be their slave than their master. Over 3 years, as Gen's power has become greater and greater, the Moiety's numbers have grown, and they have become more and more adept at hiding themselves. They now live in a complex network of caves that he still has not discovered. The Moiety, for the most part, have completely severed their relationship with many of the Rivenese that chose against joining them. But I hope they've not sacrificed vital limbs in order to remove the cancer. Even Father and Ernant probably are still on the surface in Gen's domains, and I long to see them, but a dimness shrouds Etty's face every time I've mentioned them. Since this break took place, they have interfered with the surface in superficial ways, occasionally sabotaging one of Gen's constructions or stealing food from their villages. They wear strange masks and costumes during their short forays to the island surface and take this regalia very seriously, refusing to be seen by anyone outside the moiety unless they are properly attired. They got much pleasure out of the fact that those on the surface are frightened by these costumes, calling them evil spirits or ghosts. Didn't Gen write about ghosts? He did. It was during one of these expeditions that they fortuitously rescued me from one of Gen's guards when I first appeared on the island. Otherwise I'm sure I would have been delivered to Gen immediately. I've no doubt that he's now searching for me. Of course, I am now aware that I was fooled. Atrus is not here. I was at first devastated by this realization. Now I am thankful. He would be in extreme peril here. Also there is a quiet inner voice, an echoing remnant that wants him far away. I have just witnessed an age dying, gasping its last breath. Today I ventured to the surface to see what has become of this island, and I hoped it would not be as bad as the sorry, I was distracted. Moiety had reported. It was more, they have become slowly accustomed to its steady decay, but I was devastated. The lips from which the kiss is wrought has fallen words will fall cold breath. The womb from which the cry released has suffered head will suffer death. Okay, that's happy. To get to the surface we had to travel through a complex series of doors and passages. Before the last of these doors they offered me a weapon, which I accepted, and then a mask. I held the mask in my hands for a while, wondering what sort of terror it might invoke in those members of my family who still live on the surface, but I also knew that I must keep my identity hidden from Gen's ever-vigilant eyes, so accepted it as well. Then together we swam a short expanse and emerged out of the surface of the ocean under a rock overhang. The harsh sunlight made my eyes sting, but the fresh, rich air was exhilarating after these past weeks in the dark caves. Dank, probably caves. The two men with me were silent, communicating only with hand signals. The three of us emerged from one hiding place and made our way to the top of the plateau. At the edge of a thick, overgrown area of the forest they stopped, peered through the foliage for a moment, and then turned to me as if awaiting my command. But I could not respond. I could not respond. Hell. In fact, I found it difficult to move. I was smelling, hearing, and breathing my youth. This swept over me in a matter of seconds. But in seconds more, all feeling was gone. There was numbness, which did not stay long on the surface, but it was long enough to see the west. Riven, which was once one island, has split apart into 5 distinct pieces, about a half a mile apart. From what? One of these have been some? No, it makes sense. Never mind. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only his ministers and personal militia are ever allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the forest I could see 3 of these islands. They are stripped of their former beauty and are riddled with Gen's self-absorbed constructions. The moiety rarely visit these closely guarded places. There is another island which I could not see, as it had evidently crept away to a terrific distance. The moiety are very unclear as to what exists on this island, except for the fact that they know it is where the great tree used to exist. The forest is located on the island that the surface dwellers and the moiety still refer to as Riven, but they also still refer to their entire world as Riven. This island is where the village is, which has changed dramatically. It is also the one remaining province of the people, though Gen's influence can be seen everywhere. Of course I know the reason for the fracturing of the island. The moiety do not. Gen wrote this place, and it will die, as all of Gen's ages eventually die. I feel nothing today. I am nothing. I live in a cave on a dying world, inhabited by people that... They are treating me so strangely. They don't know how to relate to a god. I am still an outcast here. They whisper amongst themselves, thinking of my travel... What? Of my bravery during my excursion to the surface. How I walked across the island, bold and unafraid. They don't know me. Even Etty is uncomfortable around me. At times there is no awkwardness, and I am only Katran to her. But at other times I am something else. I am afraid. There's such a great... No. It doesn't matter what. A gaunt numbness inside me. Today I do not feel closeness with my people. Neither am I offended by their worship of me. I do not hate Gen. I don't feel anything. I'm not even sure of... At least Nella is still close. I'm boiling. I am. Gen is making and writing books. I wish they had told me sooner. Atrus should have realized this would happen, of course, Gain would have written all of the materials necessary to the Dani craft of making books into this age, and probably every other age he ever wrote. He is attempting to write his way out of here. We did not imprison him, we only delayed him. This age has become his factory, and the people are his machines, all laboring in his mad pursuit to become a god, to carry on his noble Dani course. So far he has not been able to produce a fully functional book. Atrus has never believed in destiny, but I don't know what else to call it. It's too perfect, it's too much of a coincidence. They hang on my every word, though they do not understand them. I am their hope, and now I have returned. I owe this to them. There is no choice. How long is this journal? It's been a long time since my last entry. It is hard to recognize, but I have found the fifth... No. Yes. Fissure. The star fissure. It is located on the island which the Rivenese call Ollego, which meaning water pool, but which is referred to by the Moiti as Alatuan, meaning pool of stars. Having once allowed Atrus to escape this age without leaving an open door behind us, it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. A crude telescope has been mounted over a locked viewport, the combination to which was acquired by the Moiti before my arrival, and this is another of these codes that change every time you have them. Starfisher code is changing, and write it down. Starfisher, I'm writing it down too because I have to. That is a number 4. That is a number 2. Another number 2, and yes, sometimes you have to press buttons twice, a number 1 and another number 1. We'll see what that means eventually. In the early days, the Moiti, seeking an escape from Riven, briefly pursued the idea of reopening the fissure. They discovered a small mechanical stop to prevent the scope from hitting the portal window. Ultimately, however, they decided against opening it. I hate to think what would have happened to them if they had not left it alone. I've instructed them to stay away from it. I'm almost certain that with the decayed state of the islands, opening the fissure now would be disastrous. I have heard that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the Myst book fall from Atrus's hands into that very same space. To this end he would have people, alleged transgressors of the law, thrown into it so that we could observe their fate. The telescope which still stands there is one he had built for those callous experiments. It is said that they did not die, but what became of them remains a mystery. It appears that the limits of Gen's options, prevented him from learning their fate. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, hospitable to life as a flowing river. This is how Atrus explained it after he had fallen into it. But much more than that we've never understood, and we were never able to conclude upon its origins, but the visions tell me that it was born out of the will of the Maker, perhaps for some greater purpose that we cannot yet understand. I still remember Atrus's words from his journal. I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into the starry expanse. There must be some greater reason behind it. I neglected to mention it earlier. The unique shape of one of the great daggers which appeared during the escape from Riven, the very dagger that stands vertically at one end of the Alatuan, has been adopted by the Moiti as a symbol of their course. It is a sacred symbol for them. It is the representation of all of their doctrine, and the representation of me. To deface this symbol is sacrilege. They have their own mythical explanation regarding its sudden origins. I haven't told them that I wrote it into this age along with all the other daggers. It's strange how such a young religion can be so unbending, even to their own god. I've tried to dissuade them of the notion that symbols contain so much power. The enemy uses this persuasion against them. They are fearful of Gen's symbol and are terrorized by his symbolic use of the wak. That's, I assume, the whale thing. But they don't want to hear this from me. Perhaps my attempts have even caused some of the younger members of the moiety to doubt that I am Catherine. My rare encounters with those who say they follow Gen have been disconcerting. No, that can't mean discouraging. I have hoped to have some communication with the surface villagers, but they always flee from me. But I have had news of some of the villagers' beliefs regarding Gen. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, we claimed that he was responsible for the daggers, placing them around the island as a reminder of their failure. In the village circles, it is told that this was a punitive act performed by Gen to mark the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, if they have proven their devotion to him, they will be delivered unto a new and better existence. I will continue to try to reach them. The door is open and Gen is free, I assume. Gen has the ability to create working books. In fact, he had written one age before I arrived, but has kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest ministers were aware until now. I'm not sure, perhaps he has written others. Other news. A few years ago, before the moiety were forced into hiding, one of them managed to steal what appeared to be a test book that Gen had intended to destroy. It had been partially written but did not work. They didn't tell me about it until now because they thought it was useless. Back then none of Gen's books worked, but instead of correcting the problem of its source, he blamed it on the impure wood of the Riven forest and proceeded to engineer a cumbersome mechanical remedy, a complex series of domes to heal his book's inherent flaws. One of the consequences of this crude solution, however, was that the domes demanded huge amounts of energy, and the related problems delayed his success for quite some time. At last, however, he finished his work and was finally able to link to an age, but he kept his success extremely well hidden. However, for some reason or another, belligerent pride, he has made modifications to the domes which make it obvious that he's using the domes to breathe life into his half-dead books. Perhaps he means to lure us into using the books in the domes. He can't believe that we would blindly swallow this suicidal bait. But he wouldn't know that we have one of his books, the stolen burnt book. There is a possibility of. Have read burnt book. Age it describes would be unsuitable as new home for the moiety must be modified. I will dream. Have requested a group to solve combination that will open the domes. Once open, we can power the burnt book. I do not think Gen will interfere. He will leave the bait. Have begun writing to the moiety's age. Now must acquire a second book from Gen. There is tension, a strain blurs my vision and nightmares. Nela and Etty stay close. Much has happened, almost everything is prepared. We have stolen another book, but I am concerned. Gen will miss it. We have also discovered the combinations for entering the domes, but we have not discovered the method for powering them. By powering one burnt book with Gen's domes, we will be able to link to this age, but we will only have access to the domes for a short amount of time, I think, before we are discovered. Therefore we can only use the domes once. I must find another way to make the books work. The gateway images in Gain's books and our banned book all seem to share the same sickness. If they are not powered, the images are black. It might be possible to clear the vision with only... Will write substance into the mighty age. All is ready. Now all we can do is wait for the word from the mighty Esk, whatever, who are the lookout for Gain to power, and use the domes. When he does that, we will have access to one of Gain's domes just long enough. After linking to the age which I've written, I only have to locate the book window substance and refine or adapt it. Laying this window over the gateway image should heat the books and make them work. This will allow me to use the second stolen book and return to Riven with more of the book windows. We will then no longer have to rely on Gain's clumsy domes. I laugh at these plans. I sound like Atrus. I'm risking my life, but I feel no fear, only anxiety. Perhaps it is the source of my nightmares. The fissure, like a great wound, is opened, and it stains the Riven soil with blood. I hold the mighty knife. The voices grow so loud. For their part, the mighty have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. It is the fulfillment of their prophecy, but they are also fearful and tense. I don't know what they will think or do if I fail. It is done. It seems too good to be true. I feel like it is still a dream. We have already evacuated all of the mighty to this new age. It is beautiful and I am pleased. I lost? No. At last! At last my people will live in safety and comfort. They stand under the bare sky, I hate her handwriting. The bare sky, unafraid and dappled by their freedom. They are happy. They have named it Tai. There's still much to be done. We are not protected yet. The only way to completely safeguard this place is to destroy the book which links to here from Riven. But I do not even know how to bring this up to the moiety. They will be extremely reluctant about destroying the only link to Riven. I share this hesitation. I would be cutting off my only connection, but for their sake it must be done. I'm anxious to know if our activities have aroused Gain's suspicion. If so, we must act quickly. Even so, I feel that now we are impregnable, probably, yes. Tomorrow I will return to Riven to see Gain's reaction for myself, but tonight I finally rest. So, I will cut this short now. Short is not the right term for it. I think this is an almost 1 hour episode, but at least we're done. This was Asia. Goodbye.